Beside me are three of the women who have been part of Women's Journeys in Fiber for the last 13 years. And Alice, can you share with us some of your thoughts and feelings? You've done all the projects.
I have. The very first one was the mantle, and I entitled mine my Adventures of Widowhood, because it was about a trip that I took without my husband for the first time after he had died. Sorry. I still get all choked up about that. Since that time, I collected fabrics on that trip and photographs of it and made the pieces. There were photographs inside the lining of the piece, including one in the middle of the back with the Eiffel Tower in the background, and I called it An American in Paris. I have done all of the projects. My most recent one was a hat that was a beanie hat, because my boys had teased another Boy Scout that they had gone from Illinois to Wyoming wearing beanie hats as their propellers. So I made a purple beanie hat, and that was my project for hats. I've done all of them. It's been fun. I'm working now on an apron that will have the Chicago hot dog on it.
Alice is pretty amazing. In that first project, she actually inspired one of the other women to rewrite her statement. And just to backtrack, when we exhibit, each one of the pieces has a statement with the artist's vision, intention, and process in it. And Alice was right out there with everything that she thought and felt. The other woman had written a more obscure single sentence statement for the first show. After that, she rewrote her statement, telling what her piece really was about, and it was remarkable how her life shifted after that. Sally, how about you?
I'm at a loss for words for the first time in my life. I just like the group. I'd much rather talk about the other members and the fabulous projects that they've done. For instance, Alice and her handbag, which it wasn't really a handbag, it was much larger than that. It was like a half a suitcase. But she decided that, it would work well on a skateboard. It makes all the sense in the world. I wish I had, we now have suitcases with wheels on them, which was great. My projects recently have centered around flowers. I am really into flowers and gardening, and that's about it. My next one is going to be flowers as well, no doubt.
Will it be more cloth flowers?
Oh yes, that's what they are, cloth flowers. What do you do with a cloth flower though? Just a single cloth flower? I don't know. It might be a wall piece, who knows, to cover up a hole in the wall. Anyway, that's it. I love the group. It's fun.
As the person who runs the group, I've found occasionally that people's lives take major steps based partially on the work that they've done. I've had several people in the group who've had pretty much life transformations happen. And I think, Barbara, you're one of them.
Well, I've done 4 of the projects in the group, and for me it allows me to work in a different way than my normal artwork would be. I think possibly the project that for me was most transformative was one called Robes, in which I honored my husband's death in a way, I guess, that's similar to what Alice did in terms of the mantles. And it allowed me to, I think, finally end the grief process and in the end have a beautiful piece and some peace of mind as well.
And where did you go from there?
Where did I go from there?
Where will you be in a few months?
Oh, in a few months I'm getting married. So who knows, maybe next year's project will somehow capture that as well. But I find being part of the group and watching everyone work through the process is fascinating in and of itself. Even if we didn't end up completing anything or having a show, it's watching the growth that happens with everyone.
And I guess we could wind up by saying that each year we select a new project, and the group decides what the project will be, Then we meet periodically during the year, and everyone in the group shares their ideas. That means I have a group of 30 women who are not afraid to put what they're doing out in front of 30 other women, who are not threatened by the fact that they're going to be copied or whatever. And each time I am totally amazed at the result. There are 30 completely different pieces that express the maker's sense of self.
One of the things that Jan has told us is that working with our group is like trying to herd cats. And I was able to find something on the internet showing someone herding cats, which I was able to share with her.
Your next project.
Right.
In summary, all I hope is that the women that I work with will be inspired, empowered, and encouraged to go forward with their art.